Here comes to my final year of study. When I met my friends or my family, the very first question that came into our conversation was, "Have you got a job offer yet?" And if your answer is yes, many follow-up questions will pop into the conversation, such as, how much will you be earning in this job? Is it an international firm or is it a well-known firm? If your answer is no, people will start worrying for you. Oh, it's March already. Many companies have finished their recruitment. Why don't you apply for civil servant? Why don't you apply for internship in banks in last summer? There are suggestions, blamings, and disappointments. And for me, my answer is between these two. I don't have a job offer, but I decide to take a law conversion course after graduation, and I wish to become a lawyer. It sounds great, right? Lawyer. Until I said I want to become a human rights lawyer. Everyone next to me understands the risk of becoming a human rights lawyer. Even when I said I want to help the refugees in Hong Kong, many of them were stunned. Like, I don't even know there are refugees in Hong Kong. Yes, very fairly, I'll say, comparing to the countries or globally, there are not many refugees in Hong Kong, but there are still numbers of refugees. What makes me so determined to embark my journey on helping refugees in Hong Kong? I thought about my personal experience. In Hong Kong, a city with relatively high living standard, can you imagine how a refugee survives? The answer meets out of expectation. In Hong Kong, 1,500 of Hong Kong dollars were given to refugees every month for the renting allowance from the government directly to the landlord. In addition, the government is providing a food allowance for the refugees every month for $1,200 and also $300 in extra for utilities and also other kind of hygiene items. Sounds great, right? $3,000 and with food, living, and also hygiene systems seems great. However, you have to consider it's in Hong Kong's situation. If one is getting $1,500 for the renting, what kind of flats can he or she rent in Hong Kong? A noticeable fact is that the average rent in Hong Kong is $4,500 per month. And even it's only for a subdivided flat. What means by that is just a flat that cut or divided from an original bigger flat. That means it's only a little room from it or a little area cut from it. Then you can imagine what can a refugee do with the $1,500? The even worse situation is that they were not allowed to work and earn their own salary under the government policies. They can't do nothing but to wait for the help from NGOs. After explaining all these inhumane conditions, people are still going back to the first question, that you must earn enough for yourself before you help one another. What can you earn or how much can you earn in this career? I'll say, it's not only about the money return, it's also about the meaning of your life. After earning money for 30 years, 40 years, people are stopped thinking about what is the meaning of their life. What is the contribution to the society? What do you mean for your own society? Many people are working for money, then so do you. If you are helping one another in your job, you are sharing happiness with them. You are saving one from a very difficult condition. You can utilize your power to help one another and to make the general society become better. It's all about sustainability and also the benefit of the whole society. And one point to consider is also the general increase of crisis. Crisis is no longer a regional problem. It's a global problem. Crises are all around the world, even currently in different countries or previously even in Hong Kong. If today you are rejecting the refugees, tomorrow or a few years, you don't know, you will never know if you will become a refugee or not. It's all about compassion and also putting yourself into others' shoes. People may also doubt, what kind of effort can I devote? Is my effort too small to be measured? I'll say definitely not. In my experience of working as an intern in UNHCR Hong Kong office, people are urging for policy reforms for refugees allowance and also letting them to work in Hong Kong. And even I'm working in refugee union, people are actively donating materials to the refugees, and it is very essential as they don't have money to buy extra clothes, daily subsidies, daily supplies, or even food. Don't ignore your little efforts. Every little effort comes together to become a big changes. Thank you.